Imagine this. You've been working all day, your stomach's growling louder than your boss's latest email, and there's only one thing on your mind: pizza. But here's the twist. When the pizza arrives, something so ridiculous happens that it changes the entire course of your night. What could possibly go wrong? Well, let's find out. Mark stood there, staring at his phone. He had just spent the last 2 hours pretending to be productive, when in reality he was just waiting for the clock to hit 7 p.m. That's when his pizza would arrive. He didn't need to make plans. He didn't need to be social. He just needed his pizza. But here's the kicker. He hadn't thought ahead. He hadn't prepared for the fact that he might get a little too excited. So, in the midst of his hunger-induced euphoria, he had done what anyone would do in the middle of an existential pizza crisis. He Googled how to say "I'm hungry" in Italian. Why Italian, you ask? Because why not? He had watched enough Luca and The Godfather to know that Italians really know their food. So, he figured, why not add a little flair to his pizza night and say something cool when the pizza guy showed up? Mark, proudly to himself, "Ho fammi, yeah, that's right, I'm basically Italian now." Cut to the doorbell rings. It's time. He's ready. He opens the door like he's about to receive a golden trophy. Steve, the pizza guy, is standing there holding his prized pizza box, but Mark can barely contain himself. Mark, in a very exaggerated Italian accent, "Ho fame!" Steve freezes. His eyes widen. He looks at Mark like he just recited Shakespeare backward in Pig Latin. Steve, slowly blinking, "What did you say?" Mark, feeling confident, "I said, ho fame, like I'm hungry in Italian, like an Italian master." Steve, scratching his head, "Mark, I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it. Sounds like you just called for a pizza and a side of confusion." Mark's confidence starts to crack, but he quickly recovers, trying to play it cool. Mark, No, it's fine, I'm fluent. You know, The Godfather and all that. I speak Italian." Steve, holding in laughter, "Buddy, I think you're confusing ho fame with maybe ho fame, which means I'm hungry, but sounds like you're ordering an emotional support pizza." Mark, now second-guessing his entire life, "Emotional support pizza?" Steve, grinning, "Yeah, man, you didn't just order a pizza. You called for pizza therapy." Mark looks down at the pizza box, now realizing that his night of Italian glory has just spiraled into a comedy show, starring him as the clueless wannabe Italian. He quickly tries to salvage the situation with a joke. Mark, laughing awkwardly, "Well, I guess this pizza's going to need therapy after all that, but hey, let's just call it extra cheesy and move on." Steve, chuckling, "Yeah, man, extra cheesy, all right." Cut 2. As Steve walks back to his car, Mark stands in the doorway, face-palming himself. But he's not sad. No, not anymore. He's just embarrassed in the funniest way possible. At least the pizza was perfect, and that's the only thing that could save him from his catastrophic attempt at speaking Italian. Mark heads back inside, opens the pizza box, and takes his first bite. The flavor hits him like a warm hug, reminding him that sometimes it doesn't matter how badly you butcher a language, as long as you've got pizza. He takes another bite, looks at the empty space in front of him, and quietly says, Mark, to himself in the most exaggerated Italian accent possible, "Ho fama, and I've learned my lesson. Moral of the story? You can't go wrong with pizza. But trying to speak Italian while hungry might be the greatest comedy show you never meant to perform." End of story. This revamped version adds a comedic punch right at the start, with the Italian mishap being both funny and relatable for anyone who's ever tried to impress someone, or in this case, a pizza delivery guy, by doing something a little out of their league. From there, the humor builds with Mark's attempts at recovery, keeping the audience engaged and entertained through the whole story.